Talent is all around us. Sometimes it's hidden or unexpected, and other times it has to be nurtured and grown. I'm Nathalie Pozo. Join us today as we chronicle the stories of people with impressive talent and how they use it for good. Let's start with KMBC's Brian Johnson, who shows us how this science-savvy 18-year-old from Kansas made the Forbes 30 Under 30 list.
So you have some pipettes.
At 18 years old, Erin Smith is 4 years younger than the next youngest person on this year's Forbes 30 Under 30 healthcare list.
So that was really exciting when I got the email from them with the link to the list.
The list recognizes young entrepreneurs from around the country.
It's been really amazing to have this time and then to also have such singular focus.
Smith's developing FacePrint, a diagnostic and monitoring tool that could one day help early detection of Parkinson's disease using a video camera. She was 16 years old when she got the idea, and so much has changed since.
Absolutely mind-boggling for me to have known back then. But then it also makes me really hopeful and really excited for the future. When I started working on this idea, I would have never imagined what it would really grow into.
Her advice to others: don't wait to live your dream.
Don't wait to get started. Get started building something today, because today is the optimal time to get started.
A sound suggestion from a woman already making her mark on the world.
So impressive. Next up, another unexpected talent, a group of senior citizens smashing video game tournaments. Jason Berger of KOCO in Oklahoma has the story.
The thing that I think that's helped the most is practice, practice, practice.
They may not strike you as bowlers.
We've got a good group. We all get along well and have a pretty good time together.
But the members of this team are champions. They go by the original name of Three Guys and a Gal, and they live at Concordia Life Care in OKC. They recently took home the trophy as National Wii Bowling Champions.
It's a lot of fun and it's so much exercise. I just love it.
Yup, you heard that right. Wii Bowling, the kind you play on the video game console. They won the Elite One division for the National Senior Wii Bowling Tournament.
And we keep wondering, are we going to win this time or are we out?
Of course, bowling at a real alley is harder to get done, but this digital video game competition was right up their alley, and they ain't afraid to share their keys to success.
The hardest part is actually getting things lined up, and you got to have a pretty good touch on the controls to get it where you want it.
Now, you can't go in cold turkey if you want to bowl those strikes.
You're going to have to give it some time because it does take a lot of practice if you expect to get a good score.
For Three Guys and a Gal, they're singing "We Are the Champions." It's the second year in a row they've won the national title for their division. A pretty striking stat, if you ask me.
Yes, it is. Love to see that. Well, from an older generation to a newer one, one teen is breaking records for his musical accomplishments and crazy talent. KCRA's Leticia Ordaz has the story from Sacramento.
This journey all started when I was in the womb.
Neil Nayar's parents listened to Mozart every day when they found out they were expecting him, but they never could have predicted this.
And I say, wow, he has something special.
When I was around 6 years old, my parents took me to a free drum class. And after just one drum lesson, I was playing the drums like an old pro. I was like, how did I do this?
The 16-year-old from Elk Grove now owns 117 musical instruments. He can play all of them flawlessly.
At the age of 12, I made my first world record for playing 44 musical instruments at the age of 12.
Neil kept asking for more instruments, including rare pieces from India, Vietnam, France, and more.
He has a passion inside him. He has the urge to keep going, and he keeps going no matter what. He just keeps moving forward.
The teen musical prodigy says he is mostly self-taught, finding books and watching YouTube videos.
But there's some instruments where I learned from teachers, locally and also from online from different countries.
He hopes his dedication and can-do attitude will inspire young people to chase their dreams.
There are 3 things which I always keep in my mind when I'm doing something. Focus it, get it, and have it. If you have those 3 things in your mind, you'll get anything in no time.
His mom says every child has a gift waiting to be nurtured.
So I would say for the parents, so just observe your kids and then follow. If they're like something, support them, because you never know, from something small they can get to something big.
A Santa Fe psychic channels her skills to help new homeowners get settled in. Over to Angel Salcido of KOAT 7 News.
And I can feel that things are drifting up.
Meet Jane Phillips.
The stuck energy that's flowing over is receding.
She was a mortgage banker, but now she's a professional psychic.
Once my energy field calms down, I'll be able to walk from the front of the house all the way into here, and I will not feel a dense air.
She says she removes ghosts from properties around the country.
We're talking Halloween here, and everybody wants me to find ghosts everywhere, and I do.
But ghosts aren't the only thing she works with.
These portals are maybe from extraterrestrial groups that are working on the planet as vortex, and that's energy from the planet coming up.
Spirits, portals, and vortices, Jane finds all of them in the houses she's called into by realtors like Suzanne Taylor.
People walk through the house and they don't want to buy it, even though it looks really nice. When I bring her in, then the home sells. And I've been doing this with Jane since 2013.
I'm using the energies that work with me to pull.
So what should you do to make sure you aren't fighting spirits in your next home?
From my experience, I've been doing this for 13 years and 500 houses at this point. Be aware of the history of that property, because if you bought a house where somebody died in it, that person may still be there. They maybe haven't crossed over.
Some pretty interesting stuff. Let's take a break, and when we come back, even dogs have special life-saving talents. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Next up in our stories of extraordinary talents, WVTM's Marley Martinez is in Alabama with man's best friend who is sniffing for a good cause.
It may look like a game, but Sydney isn't playing around.
Yes, good girl.
Sydney is one of 6 dogs learning how to sniff out cancer. She's part of the Sniff for Life project run by Lori Malone and Cindy Roberts, a project now more than a year in the making.
It's just amazing actually getting down to training the dogs.
Since Malone and Roberts received their certification as biodetection dog trainers last year, they've taken on 2 UAB interns and are communicating with teams nationally and internationally, from Atlanta to Finland.
The end goal of the project is to be able to successfully prove scientifically that the dogs are able to find the target odor, being one of the cancers that we're attempting to study.
The pair plans to train the dogs to sniff out essential oils for the next couple months before moving on to live cancer samples.
It takes time, it takes training, it takes proof, and then once we come up with our results, they'll have to be peer reviewed.
And to those thumbing their nose, Malone says that makes no sense.
It comes from individuals that have said, my own dog came to me and alerted me to a mole on my leg that was cancerous, that was melanoma. I think now it's just scientifically documenting that, those anecdotal stories that have been there.
Next, an incredible goal on the soccer pitch from one high schooler filled with talent and a lot of luck. Scott Reister has the story from KCCI in Des Moines.
How windy was it?
It was windy. It was crazy. Like at one point in my head, I actually thought that the lights were gonna come down at some point. So
Dowling senior Diego Leon lined up for a goal kick.
The whole game I had just been playing long balls and trying to go up for our forwards up top, so I just kept playing those long balls.
So he tried to set up his forwards yet again.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have intentions to score.
Except this time,
it takes a crazy bounce, the wind just takes it, and you know, unfortunately, the other goalie, he couldn't reach it and goes in.
And just like that, Dowling beat East 3-2 in overtime. Diego could barely believe it.
I didn't realize it went in until like the fans and everybody started going crazy, and then that's when it like hit me that we scored. But at first I didn't think it was gonna bounce over him. I thought he would have actually caught it.
Diego was far from the only one stunned at the goalie's game-winning goal.
No, I've never seen it. I've been playing soccer, coaching soccer for a long time, you know, but it's extraordinary, really.
But sometimes things all line up.
I think you need a 30-mile-an-hour wind behind your back, and I think you need a goalie with a big leg, and I think you need that high bounce. So all the factors played in for one special moment.
What a goal. Next, here in Florida, WPBF's Ari Height has the sweet story of how a boy with autism used art as a way to communicate.
We don't have any more white to make a Santa, so what else can we make?
It's part of the daily routine for Sebastian Kessler and his mother, Ida.
So, are you gonna make eyes?
But Sebastian becoming an artist, that's a routine nobody saw coming.
Actually, for me, it was a relief because it has been so hard to find something that he likes and that he's interested in.
Sebastian is autistic. He barely speaks. It's hard for him to focus, difficult for him to socialize. So when the pandemic forced Sebastian to remain inside, his mother turned to art. Sebastian shined.
These are hands holding a heart and the light. He did all that.
Sebastian makes Christmas ornaments, candles, he paints.
I'm just many times still speechless, even though now I'm used to seeing artwork throughout the house, but yeah, sometimes it makes me still speechless.
But then his parents had a dilemma. What do you do with all of Sebastian's art? That's where Unicorn Children's Foundation comes in. Unicorn is a charity in Boca Raton that services children with developmental differences.
We consider ourselves that extended family or that missing piece that's there to really help get them connected with what they need.
They also offer classes and recently opened an online boutique where Sebastian can display his work.
It's been fantastic. Sebastian, it sells out almost weekly. He is our top seller.
So now Sebastian Kessler isn't a 17-year-old with autism. He's a 17-year-old with a job. He's an artist. His mom says it's a lesson all parents can share with their children.
No matter what the limitations they have, they can give to the world more than they can imagine.
Such an important lesson. After the break, we'll have more heartwarming stories of uncovered talent. You're going to want to stick around. Welcome back. In the city of Albuquerque, one waste worker leads a double life, moonlighting as a country music star. KOAT's Genevieve Glass has the story.
Sometimes I'm working 12, 13, 14 hours a day. 6 or 7 days a week, just because it's what the city of Albuquerque needs right now.
Nathaniel Krantz is a single father of 2, working to keep Albuquerque beautiful.
Honestly, I would not want to work anywhere else.
But he has another gig.
I'm booked all the time. I want to call it a part-time job, but it's really my passion.
Country music. He started playing at a young age, but his hobby soon grew into something more.
I posted a video of me playing a George Strait song on Facebook, and it went viral. Ever since then, my life has never been the same.
He's averaging 17 shows a month. Nathaniel says that his truck is his safe space where he practices vocals, listens to new music, all while serving his Albuquerque community. There's not much downtime.
I'll literally get 3 or 4 hours of sleep, and like I said, coffee and energy drinks keep me going throughout the day.
To any aspiring musicians out there, he says a dream is only a dream until you chase it.
Just a kid from the South Valley, high school dropout, just living out his dream, blue collar, working guy, just trying to make it.
Power to you, Nathaniel. Next up, WBAL's Brianna Ross meets a pair of siblings who are using their talents for good in Baltimore.
Matthew and Maggie Schneider have accomplished a lot at a very young age. They've played at Carnegie Hall. They even take pre-college courses at the Manhattan School of Music and train under some of the best in the world. But the duo told me one of the things they're most proud of is using their talents to help others. Brother and sister playing sweet songs side by side. Maggie and Matthew Schneider say making music is their passion, one they found at a young age.
It feels exhilarating, and also it helps me be expressive about my feelings. It's also like a stress reliever for me. So when I heard about like violin, that I could actually produce music, I was like, yes, please, I want to do this.
They practice every day, they take classes, and they enter competitions, but their parents taught them to use their talents for something more.
We wanted to make sure that our kids really understand that they need to do stuff, to give back to the community.
So 6 years ago, they started holding benefit concerts to raise money for kids struggling with illnesses.
When I was in kindergarten, one of my classmates had leukemia. So I asked my mom, how come they can't cure this? We decided when we're having concerts, we were going to donate the money.
The last concert raised nearly $10,000 for the Kennedy Krieger Institute. They hope to top that this year.
This goes to help our patient care, our research, some of our special education, and our community programs. It is kids helping kids.
Kids helping kids, one note at a time.
It feels like I have power. I can make a difference in the world. I know that I'm gonna be helping other people because of what I love.
Both a basketball and spelling bee champion, this 15-year-old is already shining. Chad Safadee of WDSU in New Orleans checks in with this remarkable teen after her historic spelling bee win.
Murraya.
That is correct.
What a year it's been since Zaila Avantgarde made history.
I feel really proud. This is where I grew up.
From parades to parties to celebrity visits and much more.
But I didn't expect all the outpouring of support and stuff that I got. Like, I would have never thought that I would get a parade from my neighborhood or anything like that.
The Harvey native became the first African-American winner in bee history.
And there is your champ.
And also the very first from Louisiana.
I had a goal, and I went there and I got exactly what I had worked for. And just to have the pinnacle, that moment of I did it, I won, it's definitely a moment that I'm never going to forget.
The reigning champ is front and center once again at the Scripps National Spelling Bee Competition in Washington, D.C.
Saw my banner, my first instinct was almost to cry, but I didn't want to be like some Hallmark Channel movie or something, so I didn't. But still, I definitely, when I got there, that was a thought for a second, simply because it's just so amazing. That's something that was so tough and so difficult, and I worked so long at. I achieved, and so to see the manifestations of that all throughout the building is really cool.
Still a Guinness World Record holder in dribbling, the now 15-year-old continues her journey to both NASA and the WNBA.
Don't lose focus or anything, and also just still have fun and remember that you're a champion.
So many records set. Keep shining bright, Zaila. Next, we head to Boston, where one football coach is putting his players through camp to squeeze out their talent. WCVB's Josh Brigadier has the story.
Security check. Go.
It looks like my yard or yours. Heck, at this point in the summer, like most of ours. The grass is dried out, the trash cans are upside down, the PVC pipes are clearly not helping with irrigation, and Coach Will Croom's kids know none of that matters. His track record speaks for itself, helping send players to major colleges.
I received offers from URI, Nebraska.
And to the NFL. And the training ground to get them there is Modest Side Yard in Westford.
I got all the equipment in the world, and it's the knowledge. Last time I checked, Rocky trained in Siberia, and I do believe he beat the man that was all hooked up to the electrodes and everything.
His business is called First Strength Performance. Casually, it's known as the Animal House, where the best become beasts and where they train all year round.
We call it the sandbox, Cutting here, you slipping and falling, played here, and snow, rain, seriously, snow, rain, sleet.
Croom's most recent NFL draftee, Everett's Lewis Cine, was taken in the first round by the Minnesota Vikings.
Nothing's worse than having a ripping off a good run and then you give up the goods.
And big Q-tip in hand, Coach Croom's technique is to inspire these athletes and has them lining up to be here.
See, you almost hit the cameraman.
What other coaches won't give you that Coach Grim can give you is like, he gave me my shake and my footwork, like he got that to the next level.
Taking those kids that are lesser known at the time, but I see the diamond in you. And so we just try to make sure that everybody else is gonna see that. So it's worked out well.
For our last segment, we have a heartwarming story from KOAT's Brandon Evans about 2 cancer patients who were inspired by art in Albuquerque.
I like to laugh a lot, and I thought it was good that she was doing these things just to keep on smiling through all of it.
That's 11-year-old Tali Vargas talking about why she wanted to help out with the cause. When Beth Pendergrass was diagnosed with breast cancer, she used this as both a way to raise awareness and an outlet for her.
And then I always believe that it's important to keep laughing and to keep a positive attitude when you go through anything challenging, not just cancer.
She's been recreating memorable moments from movies and pop culture like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Wayne's World, and Annie. Beth's story reached people all over the world who called her an inspiration. Now Tali is her inspiration.
Man, this is hot.
She is a remarkable young girl, and she has taught me a lot, and so it was an honor to be able to do a picture with her and to become friends with the family.
Tali knows what she has.
Stage 4 neuroblastoma.
And despite 2 transplants and 5 rounds of chemo, she's never let it get her down.
Just laugh through it.
The tears she sheds today are because of the love and support she's got from her family.
My parents and her, especially, them have treated me the same throughout this whole thing, and that really helps.
And Tali's strength is rubbing off.
They say you don't know how strong you are until you need to be, and it's been so true.
We treasure every single moment of the good times so much more than we used to.
Tali is shown to have quite the talent for these photos too. Not only did she and Beth make the perfect Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, Tali let me join in the latest recreation down on Sesame Street.
So sweet. And we're happy to tell you that both patients are doing well and in remission as of 2022. That's all the time we have for today. I'm Nathalie Pozo. Thank you so much for joining us for these tales of talent from across the country. Until next time.